Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. The ladder on the ditch 20x20 map with, let's take a look, 427,000 mass in reclaim. Here we have Aleg playing Cybern. We have White Knight playing Seraphim. So let's see how they can put this 427,000 mass to work. Now on top of all of this reclaim, have decent number of mexes, just a few hydros, 2 on each side. Aleg is going to show you how this map is played with this build order. So this map, one of the things about the reclaim is that it's actually a fair distance away from your base at the start. So first engineer has to go over to the nearest reclaim over here and take it. If you don't do that, you're kind of hamstringing yourself. And the ACU generally will just be spamming power non-stop, and then perhaps maybe go T2, upgrade and stuff. But for the start, the first few minutes, you do it Aleg style. Look at this. ACU will never have to move. All he's going to do is make 2 factories, and then the rest is power. I don't know how accurate these ETAs are. I feel like they're, I don't know. I don't think anyone uses them to actually judge when things are going to be done. But I guess the building ones would be decently accurate. Of course, if you stall, they're not going to be accurate. I'm not sure about the movement. The movement might be kind of fucked. Who knows though. So Aleg's still not assisting his commander. There, now we go with the assist. Maybe a bit delayed. I think that expansion is too fast. I mean, what is the value in getting mexes a little bit faster? I mean, the real value here is getting the factory faster, I would say, rather than mexes, because you truly have an unholy amount of reclaim, even in this location, that will suffice for many minutes. I mean, actually, on maps like this, I generally build the first mexes when I want to upgrade a mex. That's generally how I judge when I should build the mexes. Do I have too much mass and maybe enough power to upgrade a mex? Then I'll build one and then start upgrading it immediately. Don't know if it's the best idea, but it's an idea. White Knight rushing a transport. It's very, very common on this map because it is 20x20, so the expansions are distant, and you can also do proxies in many places, and it looks like White Knight is doing a proxy. I see people doing this quite often, and I think it's a very good strategy, especially if you're against a player who is maybe better in macro, and Aleg certainly should have the advantage in any normal game versus White Knight. As you can see from the rating, White Knight has a lot less experience. Aleg, one of those strong all-round players, can play pretty much any map and can do some cheese and stuff. Knows the game very well. Seraphim transport. Floating past. Bit of a power stall. The Hydra is very late actually, and only 1 engineer building it. That's certainly a mistake. And you don't want to neglect Navy necessarily on this map, because once you get to T2 and you have Seraphim cruisers, you can do a lot of damage, but that's a much more long-term concern. Aleg does not seem to have made a transport, and that's probably a mistake. You also have these plateaus at the back which have quite a lot of reclaim. See, it's 20,000 there, at least more actually. and you have to drop to get up here, so you do have to take that. Aleg with the much higher score already, and that would be because he hasn't spent all his power on. Wow, his Hydra is super late as well, and only one engineer building it. Come on, guys. Don't build Hydras with one engineer. It's just silly. The build time is too high. Too damn high. Only 4 engineers on this transport. When you're making a transport that late, I would expect it to be full, to be honest. And White Knight begins. He's actually mass stalling. So, needs to... Yeah, this is good. You definitely want to be building factories in many locations just to spam engineers. I think one thing White Knight could have done here, when you're going for a proxy, then that makes more sense to do the expansion similar to Aleg, where he expands reasonably fast to this side, because you're not going to be dropping your expansion, obviously, because you're doing a proxy. So that would be one consideration. There's many ways you have to adjust to your strategy. So expanding a bit faster with walking engineers when you're doing a proxy is advisable. Some lag, I think, happening, and also it's good to make fast mass storages, because then your engineers will not stop reclaiming when you hit your full mass bar. You lose attack moves when your mass bar is at, I think it's like 80-90%. So good to get mass storage down, because you do have so much mass and you don't really want to have to micro your engineers more than is absolutely necessary. White Knight, he's just going straight for Zoo. He's just spamming the shit out of them, making an anti-air that's good to protect from bombers. So that is build power. He also added more engineers so he can spam even more factories. And this is going to be good for him. It's already a sizable base, and that means that Aleg cannot stop this. It's too late already to actually kill this base in any reasonable time. He's going to have to have pretty large scale battle, and you can see now he's adding his own T1 factories. AC still has not moved. It's in a wall of P-gens, a prison of power. Probably go T2. We don't have any actually T2 upgrade. Actually, in this scenario, if there's a massive base coming here, I would be inclined to maybe build a strong base in this location, build T2 P-gens and stuff over here, where it's as far away from the Zooey spam as possible. And we definitely need some T2 upgrade. Aleg's going for T2 on the commander. I think I've said this before, but T2 on the commander is not the cheapest way to get T2 tech. T2 air is cheaper, T2 land is more expensive in mass, but much cheaper in power, which is the bottleneck. So we have quite slow expansion. This transport was, I guess, idle, and actually he's only got 2 engineers on it now, so this is certainly not ideal from White Knight. And also I think Aleg could certainly be more active with his transport as well. We have, the middle is kind of annoying because you have the mexes on the top, which is a plateau which you have to drop on, and then on the bottom is all the reclaim. So that's slightly annoying. Also, we have no one making a navy, but it's still going pretty okay for Aleg. You can see his gameplay is, his macro is a bit better. He has a lot of mexes upgrading. He's ecoing quite heavily, using his mass. But overall, very even game, and this is scary. This attack from White Knight. Now he doesn't have vision. He needs to mix in a few Selines to help him out. Still spamming more factories. That's good. He should just continue doing that. And yes, also going T2 land. Very good. When you're doing a proxy, some people I think people just sort of forget to tech in the proxy. But making your HQ here, very good decision. You can get TML, you can get PD to defend, you can get power, you can get shields, and you can even go T3. All of this is good. You can see his base is very underdeveloped, I have to say. We have no T2 tech. Over here, no T2 P-gens. We have actually not enough power at all. Only 1.3k power for White Knight. And 2.2 for Aleg. And you can see that's much better for Aleg. Already has the 2 T2 P-gens. And he's going T3 on his commander. Try to get those T3 P-gen up fast. And he has a decent number of units supporting them with some bombers, which is good. But he's going to have to keep moving these tanks around so that they don't get killed by the Zooies. And we also have, see, this ecoing over here. Now, what would be vicious would be some drops. T2 drop here to kill all of this would be nice. Aleg has almost nothing over here. And I think what would be good is really, oh yeah, White Knight also struggling, being quite slow with his expansion and getting this reclaim. Although he still has more reclaim than Aleg does. T2 land being delayed because of the lack of power, unfortunately. That is a real problem. Just not enough power. It's always the bottleneck on such a map. And his attack is sort of petering out, so Aleg has reacted well, and although this expansion is still obviously firmly White Knights, and the reclaim in the expansion, more importantly, is under his control, the attack has sort of stopped. Aleg has made a decent number of units. We have like 70 T1 units, half and half. And certainly more for White Knight, but not many tanks at all. Mostly Zooies, and no vision for the Zooies to actually use their range, so that's a big problem. When you make a proxy as well, you want to try and take the reclaim in the proxy more so than take the reclaim in your base, or save the reclaim you have in your base and try and focus on this reclaim, because you know your proxy may get repelled, but if you get the reclaim, that's certainly a big advantage. We also could see more ecoing and just generally more of everything. I would say on a map like this, you really can't say that. You just need more of everything. More build power. You have all the mass in the world. Let's see how much mass is left. So we've gotten rid of about 100k of the mass now. You can see here they have reclaimed about 100k almost. We still have so much more left. So let's see if it looks like Aleg will be fine, and this T3 P-gen is going to be really nice. He's sort of messed up. Only two, well, he has 3 T2 P-gens. Maybe another one would have been good, and he's kind of making 2 P-gens at once at 2 different tech levels, which is not ideal either. But once the T3 P-gen is up, it's going to be very good for him. And one idea would be, well, one idea would definitely be to make some TMD, I would say. But I guess, yeah, with it being a 20x20 map, you have to be quite far forward to make that TML. Still possible. I mean, actually, oh, that would be very nice if we had some drop up here and some TMLs on the cliff. That would be very good. Safe from the T1 units. Aleg ecoing over here, making all these T3 mexes because he has so much mass. He's probably going to be going T3 air. He is, and building a lot more T3 P-gens. Still, just basically an equal battle it seems here, and no tech at all from Aleg. I think T3 land would be good for him. And here we have the power of of White Knight, he should be making a T2. He should make T2 land support factories in various locations to make some more power, and also, you know, he could be raiding here with T2 land. You really want to, on a map like this, you really want to abuse the shit out of NG mod. People may not even know what NG mod is, but it's basically the mod that was integrated which adds support factories and HQs. Before that, there were only just factories, T1, T2, T3. So you want to spam the shit out of support factories. Like, this is good, and you can upgrade all of these to T2 or half of them. Start making gunships, force Aleg to be aware of all this shit, build defenses, react with air, spam T1 bombers even, make a lot of T2 support factories. Over here, spam Zuis, spam Yenzins, spam Flak. You know, really just build power. A lot of build power. That's what you need. More of everything. And look at this. Aleg even now has 2 T3 P-gens. Could do with some storage. And he has T3 air. So ASF's out. And he has nice radar coverage. I think it's pretty decent radar coverage. T2 radar here. Many T1 radars. And you can see there's just no pressure over here. Nobody putting pressure on the other. Some Wagners. Wagners are always good on this map. Big Wagner spam is a good thing. And we have, I like these T2 air support factories being built where there's some spare build power. It's gonna make some Corsairs, and I'm not sure what the plan is for the Corsairs, but we shall see. No plan for air really, just making some ASF. We have some Corsairs over here, and he hasn't scouted, so he doesn't know there's power here to kill. But maybe that will be a target when he spots it. And he can see that eco is not too strong from White Knight. It's we don't have many T3 mexes, but also Aleg only has a couple, and we have many on storage mexes for him. So if we look at the generated mass, White Knight actually has more, which is very good, and he's also taking the time to drop up here and is working on the reclaim. So I think on this map you can use factory attack moves, but you have to constantly be moving them. So I think patrol orders are totally fine, and would recommend them, so that you don't have to continually micro. Just give big patrol orders. Look at this. So the attack was petering out for sure. We've run out of Zuis. Aleg continued adding more T1 spam, but now who gives a shit about T1 spam? We have Othams, and I really want to see like 6 or 7 or 8 T3 factories start going up and just spam the shit out of these Othams. Maybe sniper bots, arties, shields, get everything in there. But these Othams are going to be so good. They have so much HP for their mass, do massive amounts of damage. They're going to absolutely destroy this T1 land. 27 kills on this guy, 12 on this, 8 on this, and that's going to grow very quickly. And they're also going to tank damage for the Zuis and allow the Zuis to do a lot of damage, kill a lot of factories. And there's no tech. There's only air tech. We don't have land tech from Aleg. He is now moving to the plateau. This is another thing, you know, White Knight could have stolen this. He also should just upgrade all of his T1 mexes. It's just worth it. Just upgrade all of them, select them all, and just upgrade them all, because you have 18k mass in the bank. Also just spam mex upgrades and spam those P-gens. It's sort of like at the start of a game, where you give long orders. You want to do that on this map, give long orders to your engineers, because you have so much to do. Now the T2 Navy is really nice from Aleg. He made it quite a while ago now, and He has completely won the water. White Knight with a nice reaction, building a lot of naval build power in another area. He should also make some factories and get T2 Navy as fast as he can. Look at this, 47 kills on this guy. 49. Wonder if he'll survive. Oh, he died. This Mantis took about 71 kills. Look at this, 3,200 mass killed. 39 kills, 43 kills, 25 kills. And look at them, just leading the line, and all the Zuis coming behind, wondering what's left for me to kill. The Othams are taking out everything. And he has a nice naming mod, so the veterans get some special names. And these factories are going to disappear fast, and with that, all the production. And his T1 spam is completely useless versus the power of the Autumn now. And we do have some T3 factories, not enough though. I mean, just look at all the mass. Still has 9k mass in the bank. Overcharge in Void and Destiny farming. This now has 8,000 max health. Huge. 92 kills on this guy. Reinforcements arriving. Bombers are here. So we need some flak, certainly. Need some flak. Need some Selines to give radar, or just make... Well, Omni would be good right now. Oh, it looks like Aleg has spotted the extra naval production. We don't have any torp defense, unfortunately. And this T2 naval factory is very vulnerable. These Autumns need to keep moving in. We also have a lack of scouting. Certainly need more scouting. And White Knight has so much more eco. What is happening? Why does Aleg have so little eco in comparison? Well, he doesn't have storages even in these mechs. Doesn't have T3 mechs. And he doesn't have this entire expansion. So that's really it. Oh, we have... Oh my god, White Knight almost died to the Corsairs. I completely missed it. I guess he was standing beside the P-Gen maybe as well. Because the P-Gen was sniped. And now he gets under his T2 shield and he will survive. But that is painful to lose the T3 P-Gen. He's making TMD for some reason, not sure why. It's good to make some TMD anyway, but I'm not sure why he's building it. Now, maybe a misclick in reaction to the... Maybe he meant to build anti-air. No flags or shields to defend the Autumns from the Corsairs, unfortunately, but they have so much health that they're still going to press on and maybe get to the base. There's a lot of P-Gens here to kill, and there's no PDs, no shields, and not that many Corsairs either. Oh, this factory's gone idle, unfortunately. There's still a lot of reclaim in this expansion to be grabbed. You can see the power of the proxy. 118 kills. Holy shit. 120 kills, 5,400 mass killed. And that's about... I don't know, how much more than the cost? I mean, the cost is about 860, I believe. 840. It's killed 5,500. Oh, it just goes down as it reaches the T3 P-Gen. And now we have gunships as well to help deal with the Zuis. They're going to do a better job. And T1 bombers, so the lack of flak, the just incorrect unit mixture is a problem. Unfortunately for White Knight, with some flak he would be fine. His T2 Navy is dying to frigates because he has no torp defense, unfortunately. And the T3 P-Gens are taking a while to come back up, and there's two of them building at the same time. And Aleg is making the laser. White Knight with far more economy, but still he's behind in score now. And if we look at the reclaim, very similar numbers. Look at that. Aleg just a bit more. And Aleg also has T3 support factory over here and some strats. Or a single strat right now. And it would be interesting to see how he uses that. And Aleg is making the teleporter. Look at all these T3P gens. And he's putting all of his economy into that. It's building quite fast. And I don't think White Knight has any inkling that this is coming. Oh, I think this teleport might be successful. The air just pushed this back, just some flex, and he would be able to push all the way in, kill some power. This telly would never even be started, and that's quite sad. These Corsairs are absolutely destroying any semblance of a successful attack. The original Autumns have all gone down with their 5,000 to 6,000 damage each. The Torps are going to die to all of these ASF, and the spam, Zui spam, was started far too late on the left and is just being easily killed. They're just farming vet here with these frigates and the destroyer as the teleporter reaches 70% completion. And over here, all this build power. Look at how many. They all have vets. Most of them have multiple vets just from killing, well, especially the T2 factory and all the T1 factories. So we're not getting back into the Navy. See, as the game wears on, Aleg is just more capable of managing everything that's happening and just takes advantages everywhere, even being down one expansion. And now his teleport is complete, and he should be teleporting quite soon. White Knight is completely unaware. He has not seen that telltale signature of the Cybern teleport, and he is royally fucked. Peekaboo. And in just a few seconds, his commander is obliterated. Oh, yes. Good old teleport. Alex says well played. Nice proxy, have to agree. It was a nice proxy. I mean, I think it was definitely a very nice idea. Good proxy is very, very good on this map because, well, you can fund the shit out of it with all of the mass that you take from even your proxy expansion. And it's very hard to stop. As you can see, Aleg never fully or even nearly killed this proxy, but just, well, I think not enough build power put into this. We could have had many support factories and then a better unit mixture, so we include T3 mobile shields, just a couple, and flax as soon as the Autumns are moving out. That would be very, very difficult to stop. Aleg would have to invest a huge amount into stopping that push, and he likely would not be making teleport, but he was able to defend with air, and the telly was just, well, a perfect way to end the game. Really not possible to stop that for White Knight. He didn't know it was coming. And he died quick. And hopefully painlessly. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this cast. And tune in next time for another. I'll see you later, guys.